I'd like to call this regular Board Public Affairs meeting to order. Please stand for Lord's Prayer and Pledge of Allegiance. Our Father, Lord in heaven, thy will be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thy is kingdom, power, and glory forever. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everyone. Roll call, please.
Chris Peterson.
Present.
Michael Sullivan.
Here.
Stanley Zek.
Here.
Darren Biggs.
Here.
Cynthia Splarsky. President Chris Kagelnik.
Present.
Matt Reese.
Here. Approval and correction of minutes. Did everybody get a chance to review the April 7th minutes?
Make a motion to.
Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passed. The April 21st minutes. I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Any correspondence, Cindy?
No.
No? Okay. Public comments. Any public comments? Last meeting. Okay. New business. I'd like to call an executive session for the employment of a public employee.
Okay.
So, can I have a roll call, please? Oh, I'm sorry. Inviting the mayor, the board, and the mayor. I'm sorry, the mayor, the board, and the mayor. Sorry.
And
me in there? Yes, and Matt.
Okay. Chris, you made the motion and Mike second?
Correct.
All right. Peterson?
Yes.
Zek?
Yes.
Sullivan?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. We'll just do it now.
Can do it now.
Yep, let's just do it now. Okay, I'll make a motion. We come out of executive session.
Second.
Second. Roll call, please.
Peterson?
Yes.
Zek?
Yes.
Sullivan?
Yes.
And I'll make a motion. We extend John Haberling its probationary period by a period of 90 days from what it is currently.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Okay. Moving on to old business, Imperial Water and Sewer Agreements. I have everybody here this time. Can we pick a date to sit down?
Yeah, good. Whatever you can.
What is a good date for you guys?
We mention something and we'll go from there.
Okay. Cindy, I know you just got back and you're catching up. Do you want me to give you a little bit of time?
Yes. But in addition, the 16th to the 23rd, I'll be out of town on vacation.
How about like second week of July? Well, he's
July?
gonna be gone. Yeah. Well, you're gonna be gone.
Not June, July, right?
Yeah, July.
July?
Like after the. At a regular meeting or?
After the 4th? Do you want to do it, like, we would have our regular meeting on the 7th. Do you want to try to do this before our regular meeting?
Yeah, it would be good.
I'm good with that. 2 o'clock.
On the
On
7th?
on the 7th, July 7th. Is that good with everybody?
It's good with me.
I have court. That's a Tuesday, right?
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
I can't get here by 2 o'clock.
Okay.
On a court day, I'm sorry.
It'll be the next day, whatever. Or the.
How about the 6th?
What day of the week is it?
I'm not here on the 6th. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you guys probably aren't here. How about,
Did you want me here? I thought you guys said you didn't want me for this meeting. Or do you want me?
I don't think we wanted you. Correct, guys? We wanted to sit down.
Shouldn't be
with them.
necessary.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're good. How about the 8th? What day of the week is good for you?
Not a Tuesday or Thursday.
So Wednesday would be okay?
Yeah, unless
Okay.
there's something else.
We could do Wednesday at 4 o'clock if that works for everybody.
At 4 o'clock?
Which
Yeah.
Wednesday?
The 8th,
Yeah, I'm good.
okay?
Yep.
You good? Everybody's good?
That's the day after regular meeting.
Yeah, correct. Okay.
All right, let me put this on before you go back on the record.
Yep.
Wednesday, the 8th at 4 o'clock.
Wednesday the 8th at 4 o'clock. Is that good with you? I'm sorry, I should ask.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, I'll, go back and check with that, but I'm pretty sure that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
4 o'clock. Yeah, I just never know how long court's going to be, so
Yep.
I can't commit.
And just to be clear, Chris, it's just, I mean, we didn't plan on having our attorney there, I mean.
No, Matt's not coming, it's just us sitting down
Okay.
and starting the ball rolling, yep.
You want to put that on the record then, because I'm back to,
Yeah, so we're gonna set the meeting for July 8th at 4 PM to meet with Imperial to start discussing the agreements. Everybody's good with that, correct? Okay. New 24-inch water line. Any new updates? I guess I do have one. So, Mark had a committee meeting on Friday evening. They discussed it, they voted to send it to council tonight out of committee, and you guys will be discussing it and making a decision tonight, correct?
Was the committee good?
What's that?
Was the committee good with it, he asked?
Good with?
Was the committee good with moving forward?
That night, what I heard, and that was one of the questions I was going to have, is because you can add to this if you like. Number one, I heard this the other night, and I think it was you, and you both said, first, what we need is a commitment to move forward.
That's correct.
And I think you need that also from council.
Correct.
Number two, moving ahead with the work plan to get to the point where they can get a loan, where they feel comfortable getting a loan. And I'm kind of talking, so I mean, to understand everything, because there were a lot of moving parts that night, God. But you were going to move, there are easements needed for that line.
Correct.
So that was going to be the top priority, if I remember correctly.
The RFQ process would have to be completed before we move forward to the easements, because they have,
Okay,
whoever the
so-
engineer may be has to write the easements.
So, yeah, you know, and it's interesting, it's like, which comes first, the chicken or the egg for me? I understand your point, I understand you've been very clear about this. The RFQ being accepted, the review process and the choice being accepted by council is, I don't know how you move forward without it. So, what I guess I'm supposed to do tonight is present in new business a request for us to ask Matt for two pieces of legislation. One of them being to go out and enter into the easement process, and also to accept have Matt draw a resolution to accept the RFQ recommendations.
Well, that's got to be first.
Well, this is my point.
Yeah, can you do both of them at the same time? Or do you want?
So it would be the RFQ process to accept the BPA's recommendation, and then to move forward with the easements?
Yes.
I mean, you'd have to do you'd have to accept BPA's recommendation first.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, from whoever selected, I don't know what it would take on their end. We'd need probably a proposal from them to do the easements, though. That would need to be, I would say those should be done separately. The approval, accepting the approval of the BPA first, if that's what council wants to do, and then a scope would have to be written up by whoever selected. I mean, we don't even know, once the company is selected, we don't even know like what the price is going to be. I mean, we have to work with them to get a scope together and everything before, and then we would need to submit an agreement for legislative approval afterwards. So those shouldn't be done at the same time.
No, I was going to present them separately, but I wasn't quite sure of the order. I was pretty sure, but yeah. So we would go through that process first.
Accepting the BPA's recommendation should be done, would not be able to even be done at the same meeting, because then you gotta negotiate with the.
You mean for the easement, that would be separate?
Yeah, completely separate,
Okay.
because then you gotta talk to the firm hired about, I mean, you gotta talk about price and scope and everything before there's a formal agreement, which would include the easement work.
Okay, that's fine.
So, do you have a clue
I never have a clue.
on your committee whether they're gonna go forward to the ESP or the first portion?
Man,
Uh,
wow. If I could answer that, I could probably win the lottery too. Seriously? I think once the discussion comes out in public, whereas all the discussion has been held privately, I think
Yeah, not privately, in committee meetings, not.
not even there. Different places. The subject has been talked about. Anyways, the point being, I think once I bring up that issue, there will be a discussion. And there's going to have to be a vote. Which way that's going to go, I don't know.
well, one way to find out.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying, Stan.
It was my understanding that you were going to seek council endorsement to move forward with the project before you wanted to award the RFQ, correct?
Correct.
Right.
And then to proceed with the easements, the engineer really can't give you a price or on a design if he doesn't know the path of the water line, so we would have to kind of almost taper those things together to make sure we can go the intended route, or it will change the price of the water line, the whole project.
Correct.
So
Yeah, we wouldn't be doing any loan agreements at this point. We would just be getting council's endorsement to move forward with the project
Right.
and to move forward with the RFQ process. Correct, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, we've already done that process.
We've already done that process. They
It's for
just need
council to review and approve. But yeah, I agree, it makes sense for the decision first to be made, are we even moving forward with this project first? And then, if we are, if that's the decision, and then move to the RFQ, BPA's recommendation, and deciding that among council.
Right.
But yeah, the easements and everything would be further down the road once we've got the firm selected and we've got a contract negotiated with a scope and price.
Any more questions?
No?
Clean Energy Future, Trumbull LLC, Sanitary Sewer, Lordstown, Ohio, EPA, PTI, any new updates?
Well, they issued a decision, you know, on the permit renewal, against us. Our appeal deadline is May 10th. Council gave me the go-ahead to file an appeal, so we're filing an appeal this week.
Okay. Rules and regulations governing water use and service, probably no updates on that. Okay. Niles Bulk Water Agreement.
I revised that, the agreement that I circulated to you guys last meeting with the red lines. I sent that over to the law director in Niles and the mayor, and I also, you know, pointed out why our interpretation makes sense, and I sent them some recent invoices to show why it makes sense, and I'm waiting to hear back from them. I know that the big hurdle with them is convincing city council or getting any movement out of them, but I've sent it to them, and the ball's in their court right now.
Okay. Any questions for Matt on that? Trumbull Energy Center, Warren Waterline. Chris, any updates?
No, we on a weekly basis, we just inspect the site restoration, and that's the only thing that we're doing with that right now. I did go out to the site, and I saw there was a rolling truck parked in front of your property, actually, but I don't know, it doesn't look like they're doing a whole lot of anything at all three sites, and so we're staying on top of them, communicating back to their group, hey, what's going on, because they gave us, about a month ago, they gave us a 3-week schedule of getting everything done, so it's definitely wet out there, point taken with that.
It's supposed to rain all week.
Yeah, but the most important thing is protect the streams and receiving waterways, you know, so that streams don't get choked off with sediment and the village doesn't have a bigger problem. And so we're staying on top of it, that's all.
Okay. Any questions? Seeing none. Trumbull Energy Center, sanitary sewer, pretty much the same thing. Yeah, we're waiting. Proposed Halleck-Young Road water line improvements.
Anybody have any updates on that?
So I revised the master funding agreement, sent it over to SoftBank's attorneys. There still seems to be miscommunication between what we're hearing from SoftBank and what we're hearing from Foxconn. The big hang-up right now is the main light issue, having main light be the designated contractor for the traffic lights. That's what's holding up the master funding agreement. I'm waiting to hear back from SoftBank's attorneys. They're reviewing it internally. My changes that I made, what I basically done was I revised it so that it's basically their project, and then it's going to be assigned over to us, completely funded by them, and I removed the cost cap provisions, because that's what was causing a lot of issues, that there was a $3 million cost cap. I removed all the cost cap provisions, which they indicated would be fine based on how much they thought they could get the job done for, but the problem is they want Shimizu to pick either the contractor that does the lights or control that aspect, so I'm waiting to hear back from them. But I've asked them pointedly, I said, Shimizu's not going to do the actual traffic lights. It's going to be subbed out anyway, so who's going to do that? And she didn't respond. I'm waiting. We were emailing over the weekend. I'm waiting to hear back from her. She being SoftBank's attorney. But they have the MFA that I've circulated, and we're waiting to hear back from them on their changes. I'm hoping that there's not a lot of changes, because we're getting information from different sources on that side of 45, and unfortunately they're not on the same page sometimes. So once I get that revised agreement, I'll circulate it, and hopefully we'll get it finalized. Cool.
Chris, one thing that I would add to that, and this is for you, Darren, too, is because we're doing a plan review for their next project at Foxconn, we're asking them where they're going to want to place that next meter next to the POS building. I think that's what they called it. Can't remember. POC building. And so I don't know where that's going to be located, but when we know that, we'll share that with you. That would have to be on their property, very near the right-of-way line. And, you know, a service line would have to come from the new main line over to that meter pit. And so we don't have those details yet, but those costs would also be in that amount, that $3 million amount. It's not a significant cost in the overall grand scheme of things, but it's
still added in there.
It's still in there. That's all.
Any questions for Matt or Chris on that? Salt Springs Road Booster Station relocation.
Tomorrow we have the bid opening, and that is going to be at 2 p.m. We have 4 contractors that have taken out bid sets, and we have one addendum that we did issue. Any questions?
The equipment and everything's been cleared off?
Most all of it. There is some equipment and pieces and parts way in the back of the village's property right now, but it's not in the way at all.
Okay.
Any more questions? Number 10, I&I. Any updates? Okay. Number 11, meter replacements. No.
Yeah, so this is going to become, correct me if I'm wrong, the OPWC number 1 priority for the village this year. And we will submit a pre-application to OPWC, our District 6 Integrating Committee, at the end of August. I have a proposal for you, Chris, for that. So it's all there. I just got that this week, today, so I didn't have time to share that with you guys. But if you don't want to take action on it today,
Yeah,
that's
I'd
completely
rather these guys see it,
understood. We
yeah.
have time.
Okay.
But it's my understanding the village wants to proceed with this as OPWC priority number 1, and you should be able to do good with that because it touches everybody in the village. So anyway, we have that. Any questions on that?
Master service agreement for Verdandis, I know you sent an updated quote to the clerk, correct?
Yeah, so we will basically reduce our meeting attendance to 1 per month and keep the fee the same as last year. Agreed?
Everybody good with that? Okay. We'll do a resolution.
So,
Okay.
if we need the other second one,
Yeah, so I'm flexible. If there's times when, you want me to move meetings around or something like that to make it work, we will do that. There's a lot going on, and Mark and I were talking about this, and it's going to become probably more involved when you start to get, shovels in the ground. So just call me, talk to me, let me know what your plans are so we can staff it up.
Public comments.
Any additional public comments?
Okay. Report, solicitor's report. So Clean Energy Future Trumbull, they want to switch over to the water service agreement. They sent us originally a notice that they had reached full commercial operation back April 14th, but they never switched over from the bulk water agreement. Do we know, is that in Gemma's name or is it in Trumbull Asset Management's
The
name?
bulk water agreement's in Gemma's name, but I was not able to go back and, it's not on an account. It's just paperwork. I have to go back and see who actually paid the deposit, if I can track that to do what they asked.
Okay. So, I mean, under our water service agreement, that's when the new rate kicks in. And once we've closed, so now I know, my understanding is Darren was going to do a final reading. I mean, once we get that done, it should be transitioned over to them because they're in operation right now, so.
Do you need any action from us, or, it's part of the contract, so?
Yeah, I mean, you guys should vote to approve switching over the account so when they make application, because under our rules, the BPA is supposed to approve the application. My understanding is they submitted an application, but not the $200 deposit. Their attorney, I talked to him today, he says we're going to process the $200 deposit. So, I mean, you guys can make a motion subject to receipt of the $200 deposit and a final reading to switch over Clean Energy Future Trumbull to, per the water service agreement.
Darren, you good with everything?
I will, but we'll know tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I'm meeting with Warren down there. I couldn't get in there today. They got a lock on there. Warren has control. There was a gentleman that was going to come out and let me in. And then I got another phone call from Warren and said that person had no authority to allow me to do that, and they were asking a bunch of questions, so I'm going to meet with them at 9 o'clock tomorrow. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. I'll make a motion, we agree, subject to all the procedures being followed, to switch it over into Trumbull Energy Center's name.
Yeah, upon receipt of the application, the deposit, and the final meter reading.
I'll second that.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Anything else?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Any questions for Matt? Okay, engineers report?
I have no written report tonight, Chris, but Darren, did Alan talk to you about risk resiliency assessment and emergency response plan?
I haven't talked to him, Chris.
Pardon me?
I said no, I haven't talked to him.
Okay, so the US EPA has a requirement. We did this actually for the village in 2020. Every 5 years it's supposed to be updated. I alluded to this at the last BPA meeting. So we did this back in 2020. It needs to be updated again, and it's a 5-year occurrence for Risk Resiliency Assessment, RRA, and Emergency Response Plan, ERP. You first do the RRA, and then afterwards you do the Emergency Response Plan. And so we worked with, you might remember, yourself and maybe a couple other people at your department, and we did that, and we have to do the same thing again. Here's a task order to accomplish that. Again, you don't need to do that tonight, but just review it and let me know if you want to authorize us for that. It's sort of, and you might, Chris, if you haven't done that or seen that done before, it's very similar to the Ohio EPA contingency plan. After reading that scope, you're probably going to wonder, well, geez, oh man, isn't this a bunch of overlap? It is. And so we got a lot of the information from the RRA that we did in 2020 from the contingency plan.
Okay.
So it's just a US EPA requirement because of your population under 5,000, and so that's why it's there. The only other thing I have is we talked a little bit about this, and that was OPWC a second priority for the 2,300-foot section. It's the problem section on the existing 24-inch water line. We could make a submittal for that at the end of August. That would be priority number 2. It wouldn't score as well, but it probably would fail actually in our District 6. But it might also be sent to the state to compete, which would be small government.
Yeah.
And in small governments, it's apt to possibly get better points. So it's a good project for OPWC because it's an existing piece of infrastructure, it's an easement, and it touches everybody. And it needs to be fixed. And so it's going to score well. It's just whether or not it gets approved at our district, or if it has to go down to the state for small governments to compete with all the other projects in the state. We think it's the latter. So if you want us to make an application to OPWC, give it some thought. Obviously you have council's decisions that have to be made tonight before you probably even give that consideration. But it's one idea. That's all I have. Does anybody have anything for me? Thank you.
Thank you. Mark, Utility Committee report?
You heard it.
Any questions for Mark? Clerk's report.
Unfortunately, I do not have anything.
3 days isn't catch up?
Maybe 3 weeks, but if there's something that you think needs my attention, please bring it to my attention, and I will work on it. But I am just playing a lot of catch up right now. So.
Okay. Any questions for Cindy? Superintendent's report.
Just one thing, the contingency plan was updated and delivered to everybody.
Okay. No money? No money?
Money?
Not spending any money?
Probably.
Okay. Any questions for Darren?
That meeting, I'm following that email chain with the fellow.
2 o'clock on Friday?
Friday it is, okay.
Yeah, you're still in the email, Mark, if they got a problem.
No, I've got it.
Well, what I'm saying, they didn't say no to that.
Right.
Hopefully,
Okay.
if they do, hopefully you'll see that, but it should be.
Is it over at their facility?
I think they're gonna set up a Teams.
Okay.
We'll wait and see.
Okay.
I didn't see them respond to me yet from today, so.
Just to update everybody, I was going to do it under members' comments, but since you brought it up, we're trying to set up a meeting with all team to discuss the Trumbull County Sewer, Mark and myself, and we set it up for Friday at 2 p.m. So we went a little back and forth, and we're moving forward with that, so. Any questions for Darren? Member comments? adjustments, motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed. Thank you, everyone.